Yo, what's up, everybody? If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or computer. Third, Anchor will also distribute for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Then you can also make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Later.
Welcome to the Lion's Den with Seth, a podcast where progressive men and women can learn and teach each other the ways of the land. The Lion's Den is where royalty comes to council. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Seth.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lion's Den. I'm your host, Seth. Hopefully everything is good with you. Everything is happy, joy on your Sunday, right on. But we have to take a moment, all right? We have to take a moment for the late, great Larry King. Ladies and gentlemen, if it wasn't for him and the way that he was able to ask certain questions and to bring the life out of people and to help paint pictures for the audience, we would not be where we are today. So let's take a minute. All right, right on. So, of course, wouldn't be able to do this without the rest of the Lions up in the studio virtually. We got my man's Larry. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Hey, what's going on, man? Just finished watching this Packers-Bucks game. You know, I'm disappointed because I'm not a Brady fan. I'm going to admit it. He cost us 2 Super Bowls, so I can't give him his props until he retires. But that's the salty me talking. Congratulations to all the Buck fans out there. You know, but it is what it is right now.
It is what it is. Okay. Right on. Now, wait. Now, who is your team? Who is you rooting for?
My team is the Rams. Notice I said the Rams.
Right.
All right, I'm from St. Louis. I know they moved to that other city, but they still the Rams.
Still the
Rams.
Rams.
Hopefully we can get. Hopefully we can get y'all quarterback because our quarterback ain't worth nothing.
You know what? No. You know what? No.
We could use him.
No, man. No. Look, hey, he got some things to do. All right, we got some things to do.
Nah, he ain't going back to y'all. Y'all starting over, man. You know, I salute y'all. I think y'all gonna get there. Y'all gotta just rewrite that whole thing, man.
Hey, hold on. What you're not going to do is get on the Lions Den talking about the Lions. That's what was not going to happen. Anyway, listen. Hey, shout out to everybody that's out there. Look, let us know that y'all here, that y'all in here. Look, we got a great show. Great show for y'all. Make sure you go to StreamYard or Facebook and StreamYard.com/Facebook so that your comments can be posted up, right? We got a great show. But, of course, we got to get my mans up in here. Big Herm, what's going on, brother?
What's up? God, I just had my light good, man.
You good?
You good, man? We can see you.
Am I good, man? God damn.
Yeah,
Man, you
good.
straight, bro.
Got that moonlight going, but you good?
Yeah.
What's happening, man?
Nothing much. You got your silk
How
shirt
y'all feeling?
on. Got your silk shirt on. What, you had shot in the background earlier, didn't you?
Who, me? Man, just like Larry, man, I'm over here watching these games, and I don't like Brady either, but god damn.
Yeah. Is it like that?
What can you say? You know what I'm saying? But, hey, did you see the interview for your coach, your new coach? Telling people he's ready to bite people's kneecaps off and stuff like that?
Who said that? Who knew coach?
The Detroit Lions new coach said that crazy mess.
No.
But Eric Bieniemy can't get a job nowhere. But this man running around telling people he's gonna bite people kneecaps off.
Bruh, no. Look, hold on, wait. Look, we go. Look. Hey, y'all gonna get off the Lions. Hey, but look, shout out to everybody out there. What's going on, Miss Crystal? What's up? What's going on, Foots? What it is, brother. So, man, look, let's get off my people. All right, let's get off the line. Let's get off my people. Man, go ahead, bro. Jesus Christ.
Today, man, we got Mr. Byron Fireball Hadouken.
Hey.
Mr. World Record Holder.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. You know what I mean? You know, I'm doing real good today.
That hat is brand new.
Man.
Brand new hat.
Bruh, he came in the building ready to go.
Hey, I heard y'all talking junk, but you know, it's all good. It's all
Show
good.
me the creamsicle, then I know it's real.
Oh, no, them losing years. We don't talk about them. We lost for many years.
That's what's up. Well, brother, man, look, welcome to the den, man. Welcome to the den. We've heard so much about you, and I mean, you're a marathon man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you guys understand, but now you raise your hands out there or let us know if you know anything about David Goggins. Right, the hardest man in the world. Y'all probably don't know who that is. However, the Air Force got their own version of him. Right on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, tell us a little bit about these marathons, man, and how many medals you got. I asked for one, like a coin. You know, I'm talking about like a little groupie. I think you
I got you. I'll send you one. So so I'm the first, I guess, American to run under the World Marathon Challenge banner to run 7 half marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. And currently I'm the Guinness World Record holder for doing the same feat from like duration, starting from, you know, the first place, which was Antarctica, and then finishing in Miami, which the time is 6 hours, 6 days, 7 hours and 4 minutes.
I say 6 hours.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know what I mean? But
all right.
Yeah. So I did basically half marathons, which is 13.1 miles on each place. So the first place that we landed, you know, was Antarctica. And it's just like people think, right? It ain't nothing but snow and ice and cold, and yeah, it's terrible. But at the time I was living in Grand Forks, North Dakota. So it was actually colder in North Dakota than it was in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't too bad.
That's what it is.
All right, Mr. Fireball, can we talk about what drove you to get to this point, right? The World Guinness record, you got all kind of records, medals, you know, all that stuff. But, you know, you say you traveled 7 continents, right? You hold records on all these continents. What started this? Like, this is and something you just woke up and like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go run the whole world, basically. Like, how did you, what got you into this?
Yeah, so, like, one day I was watching, or one morning I was eating, you know, my favorite cereal is Fruity Pebbles, you know. I put down some Fruity Pebbles, you know.
You talking about Fruity Pebbles? I thought you was going to say, like, Wheaties or some shit.
No,
that's the worst cereal ever created.
They don't sell Kaboom no more, too, but, you know.
So, I mean,
hold on. Now, what you know about Kaboom is a struggling breakfast. Yo, it don't even come in a box. It come in a bag.
So I was eating Fruity Pebbles, and ESPN had a special called "Around the World in 7 Days," and they had talked about Ted Jackson, which he's a bigger guy. If you ever look at the special, he's just a charismatic fella that just has a big heart. And he was like, you know, one day I'm gonna run 7 full marathons on 7 continents in 7 days, and he was doing it for his wife because she has MS and whatnot. And just watching him go through, you know, each stage of the race, and like how he was, you know, stopping and like just, you know, talking to people, singing, having a good time, you know, taking coffee breaks, drinking espressos, you know, he was just a real person. And that's what kind of drove me to want to do it, because, you know, when you think about running, right, you think about those guys that are like, you know, super fast, right, skinny. But this guy was none of that. He's just a guy like you and me, you know what I mean? And he did it. You know, his times weren't the greatest, but he didn't give up. So, you know, I'm like that. I don't ever give up. I mean, no matter how bad it gets, I know there's a, you know, beginning, a middle, and an end. And like I say, I guarantee you'll probably quit before I do. And that's just kind of what drove me to want to do it.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Herm, you hear that, don't you?
Yeah, told that noise. He don't know how to whoop Mike Tyson, so I mean.
Hey, listen, look. Hey, he said he could whoop Mike Tyson, and then he challenged somebody to a race. Well, no, I'm gonna leave that alone. No, I ain't. Listen, he challenged somebody to a race. Did you fall or did you?
No, man, I ain't fall. I got hurt, man. I got injured.
Hey, after 5 feet. But I understand. But go ahead, Herm. What you got?
So
man?
I just want to clear it up for the audience about your record. You ran seven marathons, half marathons on seven continents consecutively, right?
Correct.
So you did it on one day, then you got on a plane and went to another continent and ran it. And that consecutive total is what you hold the record time for.
Correct. You're right. It isn't like the fastest time, like, you know, because there's some dudes that do a half marathon in like under an hour, you know, maybe an hour 15. So mine is the duration, like starting from the first place, which was Antarctica. Mm-hmm. And then the second place that we went to was Cape Town, South Africa. After that, we flew to Perth, Australia to Dubai, out in the United Arab Emirates. Then from there, we flew to Lisbon, Portugal. Then from Lisbon, Portugal, we flew to Cartagena, Colombia, South America. And then we finished in Miami, Florida.
Wow.
Okay. Did you do that? Did you have any sponsorship, or you paid for all those?
Oh, no.
Flights?
No. So we had some people that donated money to kind of help raise, to kind of get me going there. But for the majority of it came out of my pockets.
Ooh-wee.
Or our pockets, as my wife would say.
Okay.
That's her money.
Yo, hey, that's what you call some dedication.
Some dedication.
Right. Goodness gracious, bro. Well, look, hey, ladies and gentlemen, look, if y'all are just tuning in, we got the fireball, right? We got the fireball here in the den, okay? Please take some time, share this. This is so important. But of course, we got to take a little minute out for our sponsors, so you know what it is. Look, as a financial literacy coach and credit repair specialist, Tracy Brown teaches people the importance of personal finances and help them identify and dispute negative items on their credit reports. Her services allows individuals to leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act to improve their overall credit score and credit history to position themselves for home ownership, low interest rates, entrepreneurship, and generational wealth. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you can hear my voice, and your credit is out of line, right? You got you in the 2s, 3s, 4s, maybe 5s in the possible, make sure you give Tracy Brown a call. All right. Her number is 618-560-3687. One more time for those in the back, 618-560-3687. Give her a call expeditiously. Right on and right on. So, look, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, we got one of the fastest men in the world on the Lion's Den, okay? Seriously. And look, shout out to everybody. That's there. Look, we appreciate y'all. Share this. And so, brother, I wanted to ask you this question. We talked a little bit about it before we started, but the title of the show is Beyond Limits, all right? And being in the military, you have individuals, the military itself can put limits on you. So how do you do what you want to do inside of the realm of responsibility, because you're first sergeant, but then outside of that? What is it that you do that so that individuals that may feel encouraged to do it, they can also do it as well?
Right. So I guess, I think I've learned throughout my journey in the military, I've been in 22 years now, is that there's always another box, right? Everybody tries to put you in a box. There's always another box, right? When you have a goal, because sometimes you can't tell everybody like, oh, this is what I want to do. But then if you can trust in them and you feel like they're not going to, take what your goal is and then try to sabotage it. So I would just say, be mindful of like who you talk to, because not everybody is on your side, right? They talk a good game, like, oh, they're very happy for you and they want you to succeed. But then at the same time, they're like behind the scenes trying to ruin you, or, throw dirt on your name or talk about your character and all this stuff. So, you got to kind of like plan for that type of stuff. And but there are people out there that really want you to succeed. So, build your team, around those individuals, and so, like for me, every time I want to do something, I think about, am I going to be able to do this one, right? Is it going to be inspirational to other people? And then am I going to have a lot of haters? Because you always got to account for the haters, right? Because people, like I said, they always act like they're on your side, but then I'm telling you, in the background, it's so much chatter, and you got to block it out and know what you're doing is for the right reasons too, you know. Yeah, so I think that's my answer. Sorry.
Man, no, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah.
And I am sure you hit a nerve with a lot of individuals that's listening right now. And that is so, so important. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir. Fireball, back to me. Going back into, and we're going to talk about the first sergeant, because a lot of people, some of our audience may not know what a first sergeant is in the Air Force, but you deal with the morale of the squadron, keeping the troops, making sure that their heartbeat, you're checking the heartbeat of the squadron, so to speak. So when we're talking about beyond the limits, I'm sure you've dealt with a lot of issues that come across your desk in the 5.5, 6 years. So how do you take your motivation, your inspiration, your mentorship, and how do you infuse that into the troops?
So I think just being honest and real, because again, you're not gonna make everybody happy, right? People ain't gonna like you because of the color of your skin. They ain't gonna like you because of the way you smile, your birthday. Be like they gonna come up with some reason just to spite you, But as long as you attack it from a good place and knowing that what you did that day, you can go to bed at night knowing that I didn't screw over anybody on purpose, or because sometimes looking out for people, they don't understand like all the other stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So whenever I talk to people, I just try to be real and tell my story, right? Because when I was a young airman, I got in a lot of trouble, right? I went to correctional custody for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like I got in a lot of trouble.
Hold on.
Those be the perfect shirts, man.
Yeah.
It do.
You need those kinds.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. So, but the question is, well, I don't know if you can, say it and incriminate yourself, but
I'm okay.
So what happened? Like, what happened to you? What you do?
Well, I mean, so my first job is I'm originally a firefighter.
Okay.
And then I joined in 98, right? And everybody doesn't understand, like nowadays, everybody's like really open and trying to talk about diversity and inclusion and all that stuff. But I think like when you come, especially with my face, right? So people give me a hard time about my face, and so I'm serious or I'm joking, right? There's no middle ground with me. And then so growing up, like my face would give me a lot of trouble. And then also, we grow up, we talking junk. That's just what we do, right? I mean, high school, on the way going to school, on the bus going home, like, you go to sleep talking junk to people, and it's like, so my mouth got me in trouble sometimes, but I think, people's objectives were a little bit harsher on me than others. Just little minor things would add up, and instead of people like taking the time out to get to know who I am or treat me like a human being, they just tried to kick me out in a sense. But I think the commander at the time saw that I wasn't like a bad person. I was just in a weird situation, so they sent me to they called it motivational flight, right, for 3 weeks.
Are you serious? Motivational flight?
Yeah, that's what it was called. So we would have to wake up in the morning. We couldn't spend the night. So from 6 to 6, we would have to be there by 5:45, or else we were late. Then we would have to go to the chow hall. And this was at Sumter and Shaw Air Force Base, right? And then we had to sidestep in the chow hall. We had to do things throughout the day, ask for permission to go from this place to that place. I mean, like we were treated like kids, had to memorize like poems and all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, we had to march to the flagpole during the day. We had a web belt and canteen on.
From like,
it was just like being belittled, like to the point where like, you're stripped of everything, and they're trying to build you back up. And so I went through that, so it brings up a lot of old feelings, but so while I was in there, there was the base commander. His name is Dana Atkins. At the time, he was a colonel. Dana Atkins. He later retired as a 3-star general. And he pointed to me out of all the people that were in there, and the people that were in there for like fighting, for stealing, using a government travel card, buying camcorders, just junk. And the only reason I was in there is because they say my mouth, and then they try to say I was, dereliction of duty because I was late getting to the 911 center. And so out of all those people, he pointed to me and said, Byron or Airman Ball, one day you're going to be somebody. And that's just, to me, that's just crazy, right? So I'm sitting in there like in trouble. Got the wing commander out of everybody points at me and says, one day you're going to be somebody. So I get a little choked up about that sometimes because,
you never know what it is that'll push you in the right direction.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
it's
so
simple.
Right. And so from that moment, that's when I kind of like changed my attitude and approach. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna start busting people upside the head. I'm gonna give it my all. And, I still stumble, but so that's kind of where my motivation comes from, is being at the lowest point in my career. And then, just trying to prove everybody wrong,
I've been there.
Yeah.
You know what? I think, hold on, I'm gonna let you go, Herman, but I really do think that it's those times when we do stumble, but then someone see the true you. You get what I'm saying? Because, man, I've been there for real. It took someone to say, hey, I know that this isn't really you. This was just an isolated incident. Because, man, I would have been out maybe 3-4 times ago. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, that's dope. Go ahead, Herman. My fault,
man.
Bro.
No, it's good, man. Because I think a lot of us have those kind of stories in the Air Force, to where somebody's like, hey, this is it for you. You know what I mean? It's either you go this way, you go that way. But I do want to go a little bit back to your feet, right?
Right.
I just did a little bit of math, and what I calculated, you did over 91 miles in 7 days. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So what was your training?
It ain't
That's what I'm
nothing.
saying. Like, he did 91 miles,
Bruh.
in 7 days straight.
That's
running
crazy.
marathon. You know what I mean? So that kind of endurance, like, what was your training like leading up to that? Like, how did you get? Because no mind me saying, you're not a small guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you said before, a lot of marathon runners, they're smaller frame. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But as a bigger guy, how was you able to manage that without your body breaking down, knees, joints? 91 miles.
So after watching that special, I started to devise a plan on like just doing different things. Right. So I started doing like 5Ks, 10Ks, then work my way up. So like I said, when I saw the special, it was 2015, and I didn't get to the World Marathon Challenge until 2018. Right. And then so I did a different things. Like first, like I had to learn like how to run properly to where you're not, causing injuries. So I got like a good pair of running shoes, and just shout out to Newton Running. They have these shoes where you land on your forefoot. So, for people who have a little weight to them, sometimes you want to overextend, but I had to learn like how to kind of just pull back a little bit and not reach too far, and just keep my feet under me, and then kind of, almost like a quicker cadence, and just learn how to like, supplement nutrition, because when you got a little size to you, right, you sweat in other places people don't, and you burn out all your salt. You know what I mean? Remember like playing basketball, you had a little white salt going on your face. Yeah. So you got to learn how to replenish that. I'm a big guy, so sometimes I eat Oreos or cookies or whatever while I'm running, right?
Really?
You know what I mean? To feel you just need calories, man.
Hold on, wait. Yo, give me a second, because I'm picturing this shit, right? And then you got an Oreo, right?
Correct. Right. I done had bacon. I done had croissants. Like, look, when you running, you're just trying to fuel that. You don't care what it is.
Where are you carrying that?
So sometimes people on the course, they have that stuff, but then you have like your pouch, and I've like packed, Fig Newtons or Oreo cookies or.
Ladies and gentlemen, he was running with a fanny pack with bacon in it. Shout out.
Let me tell you.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that's a cool thing too. Like a lot of these races, like the trail runs, like that you do, out in the woods and stuff. They actually have like little aid stations where they actually give you like gummy bears, olives, like things that have salt in them, sugar. Yeah, so it's a fat person's dream, kind of. You know what I mean?
That'll motivate me to go to the next station.
I was about to say, Herm, hey, listen, Herm be running with some ribs in the fanny pack.
At the end of the day, like if you ain't trying to get no medal and you just trying to finish, that's my goal was just to finish, right? Because I'm not fast, right? I'm a slow person, but at the end of the day, we all get the same medal at the end, right? And it's all about the finish. Right. And then like in the back of the pack, there's some pretty cool people, also. So even like I've done some runs where I've done like 6 marathons. So I was like telling you about my training plan is like I decided to do different things. So I did like 6 marathons in 6 states in 6 days. And then while I was there, I met a lady who was like the first person to smoke weed in the state of Washington, Miss Deb Green. So shout out to Deb Green. Like, so you're in the back of the pack, you're meeting all these like interesting people.
Legally, you mean?
Yeah, legally. Yeah, she's the first person to smoke legally. Yeah. Check her out. She got a lot of stories on her and stuff like that. And like I'm meeting all these cool people on these runs. So I did like, all these different marathons, 5Ks. I even signed up to do like triathlons. I did a Calgary triathlon where I drove from North Dakota all the way to, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Did that half Ironman and came back. You know what I mean? Like, so I just try to like put stuff, frequently throughout the year. So where it wasn't like a chore, right? It was more fun. Like, hey, I'm just going to go do this, and then I'm just trying to finish. I don't care about the time. You know what I mean? People run past you. I'd had old people pass me. I remember my first half marathon I did in Fargo, North Dakota. I had an old lady. She had to be like 65, man. She passed me zooming. I was like, dang, just crushed all my spirits. But I finished, Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, listen, man, look, I do appreciate you. I appreciate you with this running and all of this. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're there, please, please, please make sure you share this and you get this word out here. But listen, we're going to take a little pause for the cause. Y'all know what we do around this time, because we wouldn't be able to do this without you, the viewers, and without the sponsors. So we shall be right back. Monique Slater is a top negotiating, award-winning real estate agent in San Antonio, Texas. Her focus is on educating and empowering individuals on building generational wealth through home ownership while providing exceptional service with integrity and excellence. Although her heart is for serving first-time home owners and the military community, her clientele ranges from $100,000 to $2.5 million. Monique has developed an awesome team that can get individuals into a home. Mention you heard this ad on The Lion's Den with Seth and get a $500 rebate from Monique at closing. After servicing in the Air Force for over 28 years, retired Chief Slater has a massive network, so she can connect you with an awesome agent anywhere in the U.S., and your referral will get a special gift card from Monique. If you're in the San Antonio area or relocating there, give Monique a call first to help you find your dream home. Her number is 210-237-7268. One thing we can cherish during these times is family dinners. Think about it, the nice, succulent southern fried chicken, baked beans cooked to perfection, creamy macaroni and cheese, cornbread. You get the point. Come check out Kevlar's Grill, where all the meals are cooked with perfection, professionalism, and love. Located outside the Scott Air Force Base back gate inside the VFW is where you can find them. Also, they have military discount for all of our serving members. Give them a call. Their number is 618-416-5700, and that's inside Scott VFW post 4183. And they also have Grubhub. Call them now and tell them that the Lion's Den sent you.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. The Lion's Den podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now, back to the show.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Lion's Den with Seth. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the fireball up in here, getting it in. Get here. Yes. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead, brother. What you got?
Hey, man, hold up. I got to give you praise and a shout out for that advertisement I just saw with the Lions and all that other stuff, man. That was pretty dope. You can't just slip by that, man.
Brother, ain't nothing. Listen, I just want to give
this upcoming audience. I hope y'all ready for it.
It is. Yo, y'all, look, this is going to be dope. So make sure y'all go to Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Make sure you download Lions Pride Network. We got a lot of stuff popping, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Fireball, getting back to you, man. I want to talk about the Guinness World Record, right? And all the records that you hold within that. Like, for me, I always wondered, I saw people eat the most hot dogs, run the most laps, whatever, the random stuff that they do to get in there. What is some of the perks that come within in that, setting those records? Like, what do you get out of it?
Well, so first, I didn't even know I had it. So I had a friend of mine, Joseph Steelwell and Becca Peasy. Well, she had ran the World Marathon Challenge, and she did it twice, right? So she did full marathons twice around the world. And her husband had told me like, oh, you potentially might have a world record. So I was like, because I don't really like too much attention. You know what I mean? Because some people use that as fuel against you in negative ways too, right? And they say, oh, you're conceited, or this, whatever, right? So I was like, I don't really want to do that, Joe. Like, I appreciate it, but he kept working on me, So I finished in February of 2018, and then about October of 18, I was like, you know what, maybe I should do this because it might motivate some young people out there, and I got family members that might motivate them, and also maybe just make my dad proud and stuff like that. So I submitted the paperwork through Guinness, and so there really are no perks, right? Unless you like market yourself, and I don't really do that. So that's kind of, I think it hurts me also. So there really are no perks. Like you don't get no, oh, hey, because you still got to pay for the actual record to get printed, right? So that's like $100. And then whenever you submit, so there's two phases to Guinness, right? There's you can apply to break a record, right? So if it's not a legal sanctioned event, when Usain Bolt did the Olympics and broke the record, right? That's a sanctioned event. So when he breaks it, it's automatically like a Guinness World Record, right? So with the race that we did is also a sanctioned event, the World Marathon Challenge. Richard Donovan does all that, make sure it's sanctioned and everything like that. So just you got to apply for a record to attempt a record, and then once they say, okay, yeah, you can apply to attempt this record. Now you got to go out there, do the record, and then you have to actually give the paperwork. So there's two processes, and in order to speed up the process, you can give them a donation of I think 600 or 820 euros or something like that to help them. Instead of doing it in 4 months, they do it in 5 days, right?
Hustle.
So
that's a hustle.
Yeah. So I paid the first part, right? I was like, oh, because in my mind, I thought it was covering both parts. No. So then they told me, oh yeah, you're good to go. So I got all the supporting documents. I mean, you got to provide pictures, witness statements, stuff from the director. I mean, they got to have time, dates, photos that you were actually there. Cause you're running on each continent. So they're trying to verify. And then I submitted all that. And then 4 months later, they came back and said, oh, well, we noticed this document wasn't right. I was like, okay. So then I got this document, did this, uploaded it. And then again, if you don't pay the next fee, it could be anywhere for 4 to 6 months before they hit you back. And then they would hit me back again, right? 4 to 5 months later, but, oh, well, we noticed that this thing wasn't right. And then I had to upload this thing, right? So that's why, when you listen to the video and I say that, oh, I submitted in 18, I didn't get approved till 20. There was a lot of that going back and forth. Yeah. So, and again, I really thought, I was like, oh, if I submit to give you this 820 euros, because that's a lot of money. If you do the math, man, that's just a lot of money. I was like, we don't make that much in the military.
Right.
So I was like, can you just please, after a while, I was like, man, I don't have enough money to give you anymore, right? I already spent money on this run around the world. I got food, I got to provide for my family. And then my dad had passed away. And I was like, look, I was trying to get this done a while ago. My dad died in January of 2020. I think it was 18 January. And I was like, my dad didn't die. Can y'all please just review the stuff? It's already a sanctioned event. Can you just give me the record, right? And then they finally did. So that's how we got to that point. So when you deal with Guinness, you just got to know that there's a lot of steps, and just be ready. Just have your ducks in a row. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, so that's unfortunate that your dad wasn't able to see, but at least he knows that you got it done.
Right. Yeah, so my mom's still living, and I come from a family of 5, so they all got to see it and witness it, and all my cousins and stuff out there, and friends and family. So that part was cool.
So my question for you is, you did this marathon, seven countries, mm-hmm. span from all the way from Antarctica that ends in Miami, and you did 91 miles in between all of that. What I want to know from you is, what did you learn about yourself during that process? Because that had to be pretty stressful, traveling airport to airport, getting to your destination to get ready to run another 13 some odd miles on that continent, only to pack up and go do it again on another country. What did you learn about yourself after you did this?
So what I learned about myself is sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble. Sometimes I, just dream a little too big. Yeah, but because part of the story too when you watch the video is like I had to travel so far just to get to South Africa where we all meet up. And while I was going there, I was like, man, I can't believe like I told people I was going to do this, and now I done said it, so now I got to do it, right? But like while I was traveling in between each continent, I learned that your mind is a lot more powerful than you give yourself credit for, and you just never really know it, right, until you try to do something. And also that, like, man, I think as humans, right, we go through so much. We don't give ourselves enough credit. And when I was on the airplane, like just sitting there, just thinking like, man, I got to do this all again tomorrow or in the next 8 hours. I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I just put my mind to like, okay, I'm just going to focus on this. I don't care if I got to walk a little bit, run a little bit, right? Like I started to realize like, that I'm just stronger than I ever thought.
So I figure after accomplishing something like that, there's not another obstacle somebody can put in front of you and you're not going to think that you can't do it. Oh,
no, absolutely not. You could tell me something, and one of my favorite rappers, right, is Jay-Z. He always says in one of his raps, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. That's the kind of mind frame I have when it comes to things, and that's what, because that's why I want people to, potentially start going out there and doing these endurance sports, even if it is a 5K or a 1 mile or whatever, because it teaches you that, again, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's at the end of the day, right, the middle part is not going to be pretty, right? But when you finish, you look back and you're like, man, I did that, right? Nobody can take that away from you. And that's very powerful, especially for your mental health, because that's one thing about me. Like, the whole world could be crumbling. I'd be like, don't worry, there's going to be an end to this eventually. I'm not quitting. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Byron. We're going to stay on the same topic. I want to talk about, within those 7 continents. I don't think we talked about the season or the year, the type of time of the year it was when you left and when you did this event. But can you talk about some of the conditions that you may have endured, humidity, cold? I mean, I don't know, because that also plays a part on your mind as well. So can you hit on a little bit of that?
You talking about as far as when you're in the different atmosphere?
Yeah, like the time of year, because was it during the spring, the winter, the summer,
okay.
And just going between, Antarctica versus Miami. Right. Like, I mean, the humidity, the conditions is different when you're running, especially running.
Yes, sir. So when you in Antarctica in Antarctica, like I say, it was really cold. And then the next race was in South Africa. So then it went from it was 14 degrees or, negative degrees. And then the next 6 hours later, we're running in South Africa and it's 88 degrees out there. So me not thinking, right. So I don't got no hair. Right. And in that part of the world, which I didn't realize, because I just forgot really, but I didn't realize that it's summertime down there. So it's actually hot. So you go from being cold to being hot. So in the video, if you see, I have this bandana on my head because my head actually got burnt in South Africa. And then my head started peeling. It looked really bad. Right. And then so you're trying to so you go from being so bundled up with all these clothes and you go to the next place and you're trying to rip off clothes because now you can't even breathe because of the humidity is so hot. Right. And then when you go, when we went to Perth, Australia, it was actually night. So that's another thing. So your body doesn't know what's going on, right? So you go from being in the cold to the hot, now you're at night and it's different time zones. So your body's just all kind of screwed up. And then when we got to Dubai, right, that's a whole nother humidity. Anybody knows who's been to the desert, right? That sun ain't no joke. So they actually had to wait a little bit later until the sun went down. So we all ain't pass out, and so you're running up and down the beach at night. And we're talking about, I want to say it had been 9 o'clock at night. When we started running in Dubai, and then when we went to Lisbon, Portugal. Again, this was a little bit later at night again, and then when we went to Colombia, it was actually the daytime, and then again the weather in Colombia is a little bit warmer, a little bit more humidity, right? And then it kind of went into the night, and then when we got to Miami, it was actually daytime. So you're the whole time,
man, your body's just jacked up. Is what it sounds like. Yo,
and then yes, sir. So in between the runs, you get to sleep on the airplane because it's a big Airbus. It's chartered, the seats recline. It's a really nice thing, and they feed you. You know, you can get pretty much anything that you ask for. But again, you're just trying to rest until the next one. And again, I was only doing a half marathons, and there are people on the plane that were doing full marathons. No, so I had a little bit more time to rest than other people, but I'm telling you, it was just like everything hurt. And then you would just start running, and that's when the adrenaline kick in, and you're like, okay, I can get through this. And then that's when the snacks come in, you know, you start trying to you know, feed yourself to get to the next event.
You know, so I got a question, and actually I was thinking about this, but shout out to you, Kim. She said she wanted to know, what were you listening to, right, during those runs, and what headphones were you using? I think that's important because, man, look, that music, if you don't have the right beats per minute, you can slow down or it speeds you up, which is dope, but you can go too fast, right? So what is it that you listen to, and what type of headphones do you recommend?
So at the time, I had those Bose Sound Sports. The ones with the little wire, but they're technically wireless, but still have the little wire that connect them together. I use those. AirPods are a good one because you can take one and then put one and let it charge, and then take it out and then put the other one in. Like, so you can kind of switch so you have enough, to, it lasts the whole run. So those are my two top favorites. And then the music I listen to is just anything that, like, you know, that you can sing to, and, you know, because when you're running, you don't care about nobody else, right? This is you against the race, and like I'm singing, you know, of course Jay-Z. I like, like with System of a Down. I like, I'm listening to Maroon 5. Like I'm going through all these different genres, right? And then sometimes Lil Jon to come on, or some Wu-Tang, right? Mm-hmm. I'm listening to everything just because, like, at the end of the day, I'm trying to finish, right?
Well, look, you got a question down here below. So she wanted to know, are you ever going to do a full marathon?
Correct. So yeah, so in February 2020 or 2022, I'll be doing the full marathons this time. Is my goal. Yeah.
All right. Yo, you got it.
So, and with the full marathons, you're actually running for a cause. You ran for a cause last time as well, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I ran for the Etchberger Foundation, and it was the 50th anniversary of the Etchberger, like the Lima Site 85, and Chief Master Sergeant Etchberger, he's a Medal of Honor recipient, and out there at this site in Vietnam, there was some other airmen out there too as well. There was about 12 people that didn't make it home. And then as he was rescuing people while the Viet Cong were attacking, he actually rescued about 3 to 4 people. And then on the way he was leaving out, or once the Huey picked him up, he was just leaving out, he actually got shot and he passed away. So he was awarded a Medal of Honor, but it was like later when President Barack Obama was in office. And so I raised money because it was the 50th anniversary of that incident and how he saved some people. And, and it also was, recognizing the folks that were lost out there. And so it was pretty cool because I got to meet the Etchberger family, and I got to meet the families of the people that, never got to see their loved ones again, or the people that were missing in action. So that was pretty cool. And so now this next time I'm running for the Air Force Enlisted Village. Cause we all love our grandmothers, right? I mean, and our grandparents. And so for me, like, I just really miss my grandmother. And then also my mom, she was married to my dad, who was Air Force for 24 years. So I think about, like, what, say something happens to me, right? Like, who's going to take care of my mom or, my wife, right? But, like, I think with the Air Force Enlisted Village, before there wasn't the economy wasn't as great as it is now, right? There were single income homes. Some of the wives just stayed at home while the husbands went out and did whatever, or vice versa, or the husband stayed at home and the wives went out. And now they have a place where people, it's like just like an assisted living home where people can, don't have to worry about too much. Like, it's like, hey, you gave a lot to the country and we got you. So that's, like, for me, I always want to take care. I'm a champion of the underdog, and I want to take care of people with that. So that's just been my goal. All my runs that I do, I always try to raise money for somebody, because I'm okay, right? I don't have jewelry. I don't do all that stuff. I'm okay. I'll be fine.
Yo, man. Hey, that's very commendable. Seriously. That is. Yeah. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, look, before we go, we do want to make sure you guys have the opportunity. We have the opportunity for call in. We got a question in. So what is your health regimen in between runs and go-to snacks before? Well, look, brother, I don't know if you heard, but he have pockets of Slim Jims and donuts and hot links, right?
Hey,
and some ribs.
But I'm telling you, it's just calories. You just need food, right? Again, like I said, I'm not no skinny person, right? Mm-hmm. So it takes a lot more calories to get me moving than another person. And you want dense calories, because you can eat some lettuce, but that junk ain't gonna do nothing for you, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the tricks I learned for when I did the 6 marathons in 6 states in 6 days was I met a guy from India, and he showed me that if you stick your legs up against a wall for 15 minutes after you get done running, that'll kind of help lessen the soreness in your legs. So after every big run, that's what I would do. You just kind of set a timer, put your legs straight up, maybe up against a wall or on the edge of your bed. And then start watching a Netflix show or YouTube or, watch the Lion's Den, and see, I got you. And, and that's it. Right. And then you just kind of just, make sure you hydrate because water is very important. Electrolytes are very important. And again, because like your body during these runs, like if you do a half marathon, you're burning almost, over 1,000 to anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 calories, right? Depending on your size. So you got to replenish that. Because your body can only store but so much. So that's what I do. Again, it's just, like I say, I'm no expert, but it works for me because every time I go back out there, I feel all right. And then also you got to make sure you get that salt in you because that'll mess you up if you don't have a good enough electrolytes in your body. Correct.
Yeah. All right, Byron. Kimberly Go asks, or she says, sounds like you live a very giving life. And her question to you is, what are some other organizations you recommend giving to?
So I think any organization that speaks to you, I would definitely say, do that first because everybody's got different upbringings, right? And what's made an impact in your life. So for me, there's just so many, right? Like I've given money to the Air Force Wounded Warrior program, that's the one that they used to do 100%, because those are my people, right? That I feel like we need to take care of them. There's, the Wounded Warrior Foundation, the other one you could give to that. Really just anything that speaks to you, right? Because there's so many. I'd be here all day trying to name all of them. Mm-hmm. But those are the ones that I've given to.
But Kim, there is the Herman Brown Foundation. I'll leave my cash app for you. You can go ahead and send me some money if you feel like you want to give some, though.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Just say it, man.
Go on with you.
Hey, question for you, though, Fireball. Going through this, right, do you feel like you've changed any? Has it affected, the way you approach your leadership style?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because a lot of the squadrons that I've been a shirt for are very heavily minority, populations. And I understand the things that I've done that not everybody is in that mind frame at that time, right? We're all at different life points. So I just try to be compassionate and understand that not everybody is going to want to go run a marathon or, not everybody's going to want to go travel the world, but that doesn't make them any less important. To the mission and what they provide. And also that everybody comes from different upbringings, right? In the military, we could have grew up next to each other, but we didn't have the same story. So I try to give people that perspective that we may look the same, right? But we ain't the same.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? I do want to ask this question. Can you tell us a little bit about that, about your hoodies, the Elite Snails? Because a fast snail, I don't know about all that.
Oh, yeah,
Somebody asked, where can they get one of those hoodies?
Yeah, so I'm still working that. I made this one off custom ink, and I'm still working with a company right now. So the Elite Snails is what I call myself, the Elite Snail, right? Because I'm slow, right? But I'm not going to quit. And a lot of these runs, right, they have the top 10% of the runners who are super fast. And then when you look at the back of the pack, right, that's like 80% of the race. And so I'm trying to be a motivating factor for people to know, like, hey, just get out there, right? And then like when you look at running clubs, a lot of them are like the coyotes or the leopards or the cheetahs or whatever, like some fast animal. Like, look, I'm 225 pounds. I'm not moving that fast.
Right.
So I'm trying to come up with something that's less aggressive and something that like people could be proud of, because there's some other, ones out there too, like the maniacs and this and that. And it's just like, that's for some people that'd be kind of intimidating. So I want them to be, at least feel like there's a group that they can come to and it don't cost you nothing. It's like, hey, I want to join the elite snails, and it don't cost you nothing. All you can do is buy like a little hoodie and then bam, you part of the club. Right. And that's where
you have a compartment in your hoodie for the bacon and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I got the pockets. I'm ready, man. I'm telling you. Yeah.
No, that's dope, man.
Like, y'all think I'm joking, man. Check my Facebook page. And people who like, and I run with people too. Like, if you ever if you're doing a marathon or a half marathon, you want somebody to run with you, hey, hit me up. I'll come out to where you at.
BLT.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like, man, this dude wasn't joking. I'll be like, hey, you want some? You want an Oreo?
No. Now look, her might need some help though. Seriously, I mean, because I know, hey, how the retirement do you, and then he tried to get outside and say, hey, I can beat whoever, right? And
confidence is key though, right? And I think
tell him again, man.
No, hold on,
tell him again, man.
Confidence is key, man. Because you can't think about how many times like we get told that we can't do stuff.
Exactly.
Right. And then if you listen to everybody and you tell yourself that you ain't nothing, you're gonna believe you ain't nothing. So like I'm all about
fireball.
Hey,
brother.
Yeah, you gotta be confident, man.
Brother. Look who we're talking about. We're talking about Herman Brown. This food thing he can be.
Met me.
Look, no,
hey, but me and Herman were together in Osan back in 203. So we come from the same lineage.
Cloth, right? All right, but look, but here you are, and brother, I respect you, and I believe you got your mind on right. But do you think you can beat Mike Tyson ass right now?
Oh no, I know I can't do that. But.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much confidence you got in yourself. That brother right there that you see, he believes he can beat Mike Tyson right now for no reason. Right off the top. You know what I'm talking about? Then he said, can't nobody beat me in racing. He took 3 steps and then he pulled something he forgot he had. Bruh, it's a problem. It's a problem. Hey, so look, here's another question here. So it says, right, is there a club that you have at your base or the squadron or what?
So yeah, we're starting that. It hasn't been set up yet. Life happens. Got a few little roadblocks here and there that I needed to work through. But yeah, we're going to start it up here in the next 20, 25 days. It'll be up and running. Mm-hmm. And again, it'll just be something where people can come on out. Like I said, you ain't got to worry about trying to break no world records or speed records. It's just come on out, run, walk, whatever it is, just get you moving and be active.
No, okay. Looking for something about Herm. Hey, you gonna be in your Gordon trail, bro? You don't know about that.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
I know you don't. Hey, you. No, man, you too young, man. It's all good. But anyway, look, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got the fireball on here, getting it in, right? Beyond your limits. This is what it's about. Hey, Big Larry, what you got for him, brother? Wrap it up.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for spending, an hour out of your day with us and giving us that inspiration, because that's what we need. Somebody needs to hear this, and I'm sure somebody took some nuggets away from what you were saying. Kudos to you and the records that you have. Kudos to you for who you are. Being a shirt, it seemed like your life to me, is like, I don't know if you chose to be a shirt or is it something that just chose you, but I like how it lines up with where you are, who you are today. So you are an inspiration to the young troops, the young airmen out there. And I know, judging by some of your fans and comments and stuff, you're a likable person, and you're real transparent. And I just appreciate you coming on and sharing that with us. I mean, believe it or not, you inspire us. Like, I appreciate it. Thank you for what you do.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Right on.
Man.
Right on.
Hey, most definitely inspiration and motivated. You know what I mean? I would never think to run 7 half marathons on 7 countries, and now you're about to do a whole marathon on 7 countries, correct? Man,
Correct.
good
Yes,
luck
sir.
to you, man. Keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. You motivated me because you said everybody should do an endurance sport. I'm going to pick up chicken wing eating because that's endurance.
Hey.
It's on ESPN. Don't say nothing because it's on ESPN. I'm going to see if I can get a Guinness Book of World Record for chicken wing eating contest. So there we go. I'm right with you. Solidarity.
You know what? So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we try to give this brother grace, okay? But to talk about chicken wing eating, we're not doing that. Listen, seriously though, brother, hey, I do thank you for being in the den. You know what I'm saying? This was real dope, man. This was real dope, and I want to thank you and everybody else that's there and that's listening right now. I appreciate y'all being on and tuning in. Make sure that you let individuals know who we had on the show. This brother's the real life inspiration to individuals that's currently in and people that tell you what you can't do because you're wearing a uniform. Listen, that uniform don't stay on 24 hours of the day. You still have a life. You still have goals. You still have aspirations. You never know who's watching you too. Look, this is your first sergeant getting it in. Look, I'll be damned if one of y'all right now, just, about these PT tests that's been pushed off and y'all like, well, look, I'm straight. He don't have to, and he's still getting it in. Still getting it in. Like, I mean, seriously though, right? Think about it. You got individuals that don't want to go a mile and a half, and you did 90 miles in how many minutes? In
7
hours?
days.
7 days, bro. That's out of line. You see what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't doing 91 miles in a year, brother.
91 miles? I don't drive 91 miles.
But for nothing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? For nothing. But seriously, let this be an inspiration to you and your friend and your fans and first sergeants too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, leading from the front and beyond limits. But no, we do want to thank you though, brother. Hey, do you got anything that you want to say for your viewers, to the audience? Anything, brother?
Right. So, first I want to just say, thank you to everybody that supported me, through everything. Thank you to the Etchberger family, for allowing me to run, in honor of their father and carry their name on all 7 continents. Thank you to, all the first sergeants out there that are out there, doing the job day in and day out, and also I want to say thank you to all the firefighters out there. I mean, and I want to say thank you to the Lions Den for inviting me to do this show, because this is my first one. And I say it's been 3 years in the making. I also want to say thank you to the public affairs team that did the little video, because I think they captured it so well. Like, I was crying, man. It was so great. I want to say thank you to my wife and, my kids, just for being supportive and allowing me to do all those things that I come up with in my head. And she's just like, all right, go ahead. I'll be here to hold the fort down while you're gone. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me, whether I've met you before or I may meet you in the future. If you see me, don't be afraid to speak. Again, my face, sometimes it messes with people, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just hungry. You know what I mean? Like, I just need a little snack or something, and I'm good. I'm good, but, so please reach out to me. Reach out to me if you need anything, through Facebook, Instagram. My Instagram is Run Fireball, and then my Facebook is Byron G Ball. Whether military, reach out to me. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'll make time to talk to you. Give you advice or whatever you need. Because again, you matter, whether people tell you or they don't. Right?
That's right. That's right. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Whoa. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. But no, seriously, we thank you for taking the time out and letting us know who you are, what you're about, and how we can continue to move beyond those limits that individuals set for you, because individuals are the ones, you are the one that can go beyond that limit. So I thank you. Thank you for being on, right? Hey, but ladies and gentlemen, that's about our time. Y'all get it in. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see y'all soon again in the Lion's Den. Later.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Make sure to listen to the show on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, and Radio Public, where you can subscribe, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you like or dislike this episode, we'd appreciate your feedback on Facebook at www.facebook.com/LionsCast. Check out the book, The The Black Collar Mindset, The Art of Strategic Thinking on Amazon or www.theblackcollarmindset.com. A manual to maneuver through life strategically by holding yourself accountable. Tune in next week for another episode of The Lion's Den with Seth.